Here we are at the San Marino Classic at beautiful Lacey Park. What a perfect setting Lacey Park is for a concours. And you're bound to see anything. Vintage motorcycles. It's such an interesting part that you don't get to see at most any other concours. So we hope you're going to enjoy it. Thanks for coming along for the ride.
2 thumbs up.
It's a 1925 Springfield Ghost. So when they first started doing this, that's why they're left-hand drive instead of right-hand drive. And this belongs to Aaron Weiss, our host today. What a fantastic car. Didn't even know he had it. This is an American Rolls-Royce. Rolls-Royce shipped over the chassis and engines, and they were assembled and built there, usually with American coach builders. Rumble seats were much more in vogue back here than in England. You'll notice but of course guys like this were the early golfers and club members, and that of course is exactly what that was designed for, golf clubs. You don't normally see big classics in white either. This is 36 Packard 12. Well, it's a convertible sedan. It will have roll-up windows, but you can see they can take the posts out and it looks like the Phaeton. 12-cylinder, amazing road cars. The bumpers have 20-pound weights on each side as dampeners, gives it a great ride. But this is always a big meet for the Classic Car Club of America, so there was an amazing turnout of American classic cars. 34 Packard. And 34 is one of the very best years because of the fender line, and dropped it down a little more beautiful. This car is the 8. It was really right near the bottom of the line. Beautiful styling with the small 8 engine because they had the Super 8 and the 12-cylinder. And here's that car in the convertible coupe, which gave you 2-passenger but roll-up windows, and yes, they still gave you a golf club door. It's very nice of them. But this is the Standard 8 as well. A very, very showy car. This 34 Auburn. It's a Salon Phaeton 4-door convertible. This has a 12-cylinder engine. Amazing. The 32 Imperial. Chrysler Imperial, and this is a Roadster. They call that a split windscreen. Amazing car. Of course, you can see that it has the golf club bar as well. Big straight 8, lots of torque, and we're really an extremely well-engineered car. And most of these cars were bodied by LeBaron Coachworks. It's got a rumble seat. Here are your steps, so you didn't scratch your fenders. Here's a beautiful Packard 840 Roadster here. The black and the chrome is just fantastic on it. And this is the true Roadster, of course. Side curtains only, no roll-up windows. It's an 840 series, 1931. These are the pilot rays, found more on Cadillacs. They're hooked up so that they turn with the steering wheel. And of course the beautiful stone guard to protect the radiator from stones being thrown up by other cars, and the Adonis at the well. Beautiful. This is 29 Duesenberg. This is one of the Model J's, and convertible Burline it says. Now this has the way forward windscreen, and it's a split windscreen. Very, very different. Duesenberg was a lot like Rolls-Royce in the day, and even some of the Mercedes 540. You could buy the chassis and engine and have whatever coach builder you wished. And there were many times that the owners, because chassis and engine was about $15,000, they'd have a summer and winter body as well. Not to be outdone, there's another 29 Duesenberg. It's another Model J. This is the dual cowl Phaeton. Share the same big straight 8 engine. I'm told in the day you could send your car back to Duesenberg when they came out with the SJs, and for the princely sum of like $390 you could buy the external pipes and kits. Not the supercharger, but just the external look, the appearance package. This is a 1929 LaSalle, and it's a sport Phaeton with a rear cowling and windshield spotlights. LaSalle was, of course, Cadillac's more economy brand when they came out. Smaller wheels, the 8-cylinder engine, which an old Cadillac had 29, but then they came up with the 12 and the 16 the next year, as well as the 8. This is the 21 Duesenberg Model A dual cowl Phaeton that we saw in the Desert Classic. What an amazing car. Just interesting colors. Straight 8 engine. Really clean. For a 1925 car, boy, I'll tell you what. This was it. Look at the windshield. You could fold down to get the sport out of it. You could fold down the dual cowl windshield in the back. What an interesting place to put the toolkit.
That's my 401k. Don't you get it?
Already?
Interesting little boat tail. That it's a Peugeot Darlemont. Very interesting cars. And have really started to come into their own. Well, I guess they did about 5-10 years ago. Peugeot, certainly a recognized name, but not for classics. Peugeot Darlemont. Of course, Peter Mullen's car. Well, interesting colors, interesting design, very racy for their day. And Peugeot in the early days, they do have racing heritage. This is one of the Talbot Lago Teardrop Type 150. Seldom do you see cars, they call it teardrop because of course it kind of went through the wind, but all the covered headlights. Look at the spats, the covers on the front wheels as well as the back. Gave it a really interesting look for sure. Look at this. Semi-automatic transmission. Oh, just enough room for some luggage in the back because there is no trunk. And here's your trafficators that not only pop out but light up. That was very, very interesting. This is a Fagoni and Falaschi style.